She said, "I didn't sign up for struggle. Find someone who matches your level," then blocked me the night my business took a hit. She had no idea I'd landed a partnership offer days later. 6 weeks after leaving, she saw my new office and texted, "I miss us." What I sent back broke her completely. I, 31 male, am looking at a text message that just came through. "I miss us." 3 words from Vanessa, 29, my ex-girlfriend of 2 years. The same woman who blocked me on everything 6 weeks ago after telling me she didn't sign up for struggle. She has no idea what she's looking at. Behind me, through the floor-to-ceiling windows of my new office, the city spreads out like proof of everything she walked away from. The partnership she never knew existed. The deal that was already signed the week she left. But I'm getting ahead of myself. Let me start where she ended it. Vanessa and I met through mutual friends at a rooftop bar in downtown. She worked in pharmaceutical sales, pulling in about $95,000 a year. I owned a digital marketing agency specializing in e-commerce brands. Good years brought me $280,000 after taxes. Great years pushed $400,000. We weren't the type to split checks down the middle. I usually paid for dinners, trips, the nice things. She contributed where she could. It felt balanced. She moved into my place after 8 months, a 2-bedroom condo in the financial district that I'd bought 3 years prior. The mortgage was manageable. The view was incredible. Vanessa loved posting photos from the balcony. "Living my best life," her captions always read. Her friends adored her boyfriend who had his own business. My friends thought she was great. Pretty, ambitious, social. Her parents, Richard and Susan, approved of my stability. I met them 4 times over 2 years. Each visit was polite but distant. They asked about my business the way people ask about the weather, surface-level interest masking deeper evaluation. The first red flag appeared around month 14. We were at her friend Brittany's wedding. Expensive venue, open bar, the works. Brittany married a cardiologist. During the reception, Vanessa kept making comments. "Look at this place. Must have cost $100,000 easy. That's what happens when you marry a doctor. Some girls just know how to choose." I laughed it off. "Guess I should have gone to med school." "I'm just saying, security matters." She squeezed my hand. "But you're doing great with your little agency." Little agency. The word landed wrong, but I let it go. Month 18 brought more comments. Her coworker Danielle started dating a venture capitalist. Vanessa talked about it constantly. "Danielle says he has a Tesla and a lake house. She's set for life. That's the kind of man who takes care of things." "I take care of things." "Of course you do, babe. I just mean, real money. The kind where you don't worry." I made multiple 6 figures. We lived comfortably. But somehow it wasn't enough. The comments continued, always casual, always comparative. Her cousin married into old money. Her college roommate's boyfriend bought her a Porsche for Christmas. Every story came with the same underlying message. "You're good, but you could be better." Then month 22 hit, and my largest client, an apparel brand that represented 35% of my annual revenue, decided to bring their marketing in-house. Professional decision, nothing personal. But it meant my income would drop by roughly $140,000 for the year while I rebuilt. I told Vanessa over dinner at our kitchen island, "It's a setback, but I've got leads. 3 pitches next week. The business is solid." She went quiet, set down her wine glass. "How bad is it?" "I'll probably pull $140,000 this year instead of $280,000. Still good money. Just means we tighten up a bit. Maybe skip the Italy trip." Her face changed, not worried, calculating. "For how long?" 6 months to rebuild fully. Maybe less if these pitches convert." 6 months. She repeated it like a diagnosis of struggle. The next week, Vanessa's behavior transformed overnight. She started working late more often. Gym sessions extended by an hour. Girls' nights doubled in frequency. When she was home, she lived on her phone, typing away with a small smile that disappeared when I walked in. "Who's that?" I asked one night as she giggled at her screen. "Just Brittany. She sent a funny meme." But Brittany's memes had never made her smile like that before. I didn't push it. I was busy pitching new clients, restructuring my business model, grinding through 12-hour days to prove the setback was temporary. The 3 pitches went well. 2 were interested. 1 wanted a proposal by month's end. Meanwhile, Vanessa started questioning everything. Do we really need this place? It's expensive for just the 2 of us. Are you sure the business will bounce back? What's your backup plan? Have you thought about just getting a normal job? Something stable? Each question felt like a test I was failing. The business will bounce back. This is temporary. But what if it's not? What if you lose more clients? Then what? Then I adapt. That's what entrepreneurs do. She looked at me with something close to pity. Not everyone is cut out for risk. The real shift came during a dinner with her parents 3 weeks after losing the client. Richard asked how business was going. I gave him the honest version. Lost a major client, rebuilding, confident in the trajectory. Susan's fork paused midair. So your income is halved? For now, I've got strong leads. Leads aren't contracts, Richard said. His tone wasn't unkind, just factual. How long can you sustain this? As long as it takes. I've got reserves. The business is fundamentally sound. Vanessa said nothing, just studied her plate like it held answers she needed. On the drive home, she finally spoke. My dad thinks you should consider consulting work. Something guaranteed while you figure out the agency. I don't need to figure out the agency. It's figured out. I just need time to replace the revenue. But what if time isn't enough? What if this is a sign? A sign of what? That maybe this business thing isn't sustainable, that maybe you need something more secure. I pulled into our building's garage and turned off the engine. You want me to quit my business? I want you to be realistic. I didn't sign up for struggle. The words hung there, sharp and clear. I didn't respond. Just got out of the car and went inside. Orchestrated narrative arc with strategic pacing and dialogue ratios. 2 days after that dinner, I got an email. Subject line, partnership opportunity. It was from Marcus Chen, founder of a creative agency in San Francisco that specialized in high-end brand strategy. We'd collaborated on a project 8 months prior. His agency handled creative, mine handled digital execution. The partnership worked seamlessly. His email was direct. I've been looking to expand our digital capabilities. After watching how you handled the campaign last year, I think there's an opportunity here. Would you be interested in discussing a formal partnership? We'd merge operations, split equity 60-40 in my favor due to current client base size, but you'd handle all digital strategy across our entire portfolio. Guaranteed base of $200,000 annually plus percentage of growth. Let's talk this week. I read it 3 times. This wasn't just a client. This was a complete business transformation. Marcus's agency billed $3 million annually. Even at 40% equity, my income would triple within 2 years. But it required immediate commitment and relocation planning to integrate teams. I called Marcus that afternoon. We talked for 90 minutes. By the end, he sent a term sheet. Review with your lawyer. If you're interested, let's move fast. I want this finalized within 30 days. I didn't tell Vanessa yet. I wanted to review everything with my attorney first, make sure the terms were solid. Big decisions required careful vetting. I scheduled a call with my lawyer for Friday, 3 days away. Wednesday night, Vanessa came home with takeout. She set the bags on the counter with unusual force. We need to talk. I closed my laptop. Okay. This isn't working. She gestured vaguely at the condo, at me, at everything. I've been thinking a lot about what I want in life, what I need. And I need stability, security, someone who's already established, not someone still figuring it out. I'm 31 and own a business. That's established. A business that just lost its biggest client. A business that might not recover. I can't build a future on might. Vanessa, every business has fluctuations. This is temporary. You keep saying that, but you don't know. You're gambling and expecting me to gamble with you. I didn't sign up for this. I signed up for the guy who took me to Napa and didn't check prices, the guy who paid for everything without thinking about it, not the guy who's worried about replacing one client. So when things get slightly harder, you're out? It's not about harder, it's about realistic. You need to find someone who matches your level, someone who's okay with uncertainty. That's not me. My level, I repeated the word slowly. 3 months ago, you loved my level. 3 months ago, you had a successful business. Now you have a struggling one. There's a difference. The business is the same business. The only thing that changed is one client. And your income, and our future, and my ability to trust that you can provide the life I want. She pulled out her phone. I'm staying at Brittany's tonight. I'll come get my stuff this weekend. Just like that. Just like that. She headed for the bedroom to pack a bag. 15 minutes later, she walked out with a small suitcase and her makeup case. At the door, she turned back. For what it's worth, I did care about you, but I care about my future more. You should find someone at your level. She left. An hour later, I checked my phone. She'd blocked me on everything. Instagram, Facebook, texts, complete severance, clean break, like I'd never existed. Update 1. The aftermath. I sat in the silent condo for an hour after she left. Then I did what any rational person would do. I called my lawyer and moved our Friday meeting to first thing Thursday morning. Thursday at 9 a.m., I was in James's office reviewing the partnership term sheet. He went through every clause, every provision, every detail. This is legitimate. Marcus has a strong reputation. The equity split is fair given the current client base disparity. The guaranteed base alone is substantial, and the growth percentage could double your income within 24 months. I'd say move forward. What's the timeline? He wants commitment within 30 days. I'd recommend 2 weeks for due diligence, then sign. You could be operational by next quarter. I signed the letter of intent that afternoon. Sent it to Marcus with a note. Let's do this. My attorney has reviewed the terms. I'm ready to move forward with full partnership. His response came back in minutes. Outstanding. Let's target signing final docs in 2 weeks. I'll have my team coordinate office space setup. Welcome to the next chapter. That night, I sat on my balcony with a beer and thought about timing. Vanessa had left me 24 hours before I committed to a partnership that would transform my business and triple my income. She'd walked away from exactly what she claimed to want, all because she couldn't wait 48 hours to see past a temporary setback. I didn't reach out, didn't try to tell her. She'd blocked me anyway. And honestly, her decision told me everything I needed to know. She didn't love me. She loved my income, and when she thought the income was gone, so was she. Friday, Vanessa showed up with Brittany to get her things. I'd boxed everything neatly. Her clothes, her toiletries, her kitchen stuff, her decorative pillows that I'd always hated. All of it waiting by the door. Brittany gave me an awkward wave. Hey! Hey! Vanessa avoided eye contact, just started carrying boxes down to Brittany's car. On her third trip up, she finally spoke. I appreciate you packing everything. Made it easier for both of us. Are you doing okay? I'm fine. I know this is hard, but it's for the best. You'll see that eventually. You'll find someone who's okay with your situation. My situation is fine, Vanessa. Right. She grabbed another box. Well, good luck with the business. I hope it works out. She left with the final load. I watched from my balcony as they packed Brittany's SUV. Vanessa looked up once, saw me watching, then quickly looked away. They drove off. That was it. 2 years, gone in 3 boxes and some bathroom supplies. Update 2, the rebuild. The next 2 weeks moved fast. Marcus and I signed the final partnership agreement. My attorney had negotiated a few additional protections, but the core deal remained solid. I'd maintain my current client base while taking on digital strategy for Marcus's entire portfolio. We'd merge offices, combining my 4-person team with his 12-person creative staff. The new office space was downtown San Francisco, 22nd floor with views of the bay. Open concept, modern design, conference rooms named after famous ad campaigns. My name went on the door. Chen & Associates, Digital Strategy Partners. We announced the partnership publicly through a press release. Industry blogs picked it up. Leading creative agency expands with digital partnership. My phone started ringing with congratulations. Old clients, vendors, former colleagues. Everyone wanted to know about the new venture. My friend Derek called laughing. Dude, your ex must be losing her mind right now. She doesn't know. She blocked me everywhere, remember? The press release has your name all over it. Trust me, she'll find out. He was right. The announcement went up on Monday. By Wednesday, 3 of Vanessa's friends had texted me. Not her friends who'd sided with her, but mutual acquaintances who'd stayed neutral. Casey. Congrats on the partnership. That's huge. Me. Thanks. Casey. Vanessa know yet? Me. Don't know. Don't care. Casey. She will soon. Brittany follows the marketing blogs. Thursday morning, I got a friend request from Vanessa on LinkedIn. I didn't accept or decline. Just left it pending. 2 hours later, she unblocked my number. No text, just the unblock. I could see her profile picture again in my contacts. Friday, the first text came through. Hey. I didn't respond. Went about my day reviewing client strategies, planning team integration, finalizing office logistics. My phone buzzed 6 more times over the next 3 hours. Can we talk? I saw the news. Congrats. I know you're busy, but I really need to talk to you. Please don't ignore me. I made a mistake. I miss us. That last one made me laugh out loud. I was in the new office, standing at the window overlooking the city. My office, with my name on the door, the partnership she'd never known about, the success she'd walked away from. Update 3. The response, I didn't respond that day, or the next. Let her sit with it. Let her imagine all the ways she'd miscalculated. Meanwhile, I moved into the new office officially. Team integration meetings, client strategy sessions, partnership photo shoots for the website. Marcus and I did an interview with Adweek about the merger and our vision for combining creative excellence with digital innovation. The article published Monday featured a photo of both of us in the new office, arms crossed, confident. The headline read, "How Two Agencies Became One Powerhouse." Within an hour, Vanessa called. I let it go to voicemail. She called again. Voicemail. Third call, I answered. Yeah. Hey. Her voice was different, smaller. I've been trying to reach you. I saw. Can we talk? In person? About what? About us. About what happened. I think I made a mistake. You think? I know I did. I saw the partnership announcement and the Adweek article. I had no idea you were working on something that big. That's because you left before finding out. Long pause. When did you sign the partnership? 2 weeks after you left. Another pause. Longer this time. So while we were together, you were negotiating this? I got the initial email 2 days before you left. Signed the letter of intent the day after. Final docs came 2 weeks later. I could hear her breathing on the other end. Calculating, processing, realizing. So when I said you needed to find someone at your level, I was already partnering with one of the top creative agencies on the West Coast. Yeah. Why didn't you tell me? I was vetting the terms with my lawyer, wanted to make sure everything was solid before announcing. Big decisions take time. I would have stayed if I knew. Exactly. Silence. Then, what do you mean exactly? You would have stayed for the partnership, not for me. That's the problem. That's not fair. I loved you. You loved my income. When you thought it was gone, so were you. Took you less than a month to walk away. I was scared. I panicked. I thought the business was failing. The business wasn't failing. One client left. That's normal. But instead of supporting me through a temporary adjustment, you decided I wasn't good enough anymore. You literally told me to find someone at my level. I was wrong, I can admit that. Can we please just meet and talk about this? No. Please, just one conversation. Let me explain. Vanessa, you don't get it. I don't need an explanation. You showed me exactly who you are. When things got even slightly uncertain, you ran. You didn't trust me, didn't believe in me, didn't want to stand by me unless the money was guaranteed. That's not a partner. That's a dependent. That's harsh. That's honest. You wanted someone established, someone who didn't require faith or patience. Well, you were right. That's not me. I build things. I take calculated risks. I navigate uncertainty. And I need someone who can handle that reality, not someone who bails at the first quarterly dip. I can handle it now. I know I can. Because now there's no risk. The partnership is signed. The income is guaranteed. There's nothing to handle. But 3 months ago, when I actually needed support, you were too busy calculating your exit strategy. She started crying. I miss you. I miss us. There is no us. There was never really an us. There was you enjoying the benefits of my success right up until you thought the benefits might decrease. Then suddenly I wasn't worth your time. Can I at least see you? See the new office? No. Why not? Because you don't get to celebrate what you walked away from. You left me the same week I was finalizing the biggest opportunity of my career. You told me to find someone at my level while I was literally leveling up. And now you want back in because you saw the press release. That's not love. That's opportunism. Please don't do this. I'm not doing anything. You did this. You chose this. I'm just living with your choice. One coffee. That's all I'm asking. No. I hung up, blocked her number, re-blocked her on social media, drew the line permanently. The text came anyway. She started using her friends' phones. Brittany, please talk to Vanessa. She's a mess. She really regrets everything. Casey, not taking sides, but she's genuinely sorry. Maybe give her a chance? Even her mom, Susan, sent a LinkedIn message. I understand you and Vanessa have ended things. She's been very upset. She made a mistake in how she handled your business situation. I hope you can find it in your heart to forgive her. She truly cares about you. I didn't respond to any of them. Let the silence speak for itself. Derek filled me in on the wider fallout. He'd heard from Brittany's boyfriend that Vanessa's life had imploded. She'd quit her pharmaceutical sales job 2 weeks after leaving me, told everyone she was pursuing something better. Now she was 3 months without income, burning through savings, realizing the job market wasn't as easy as she'd assumed. She thought she'd find some rich dude immediately, Derek said over drinks. But turns out 29-year-old unemployed pharmaceutical sales reps aren't the hot commodity she imagined. Who knew? She quit her job? Yep. Apparently told her boss she had better opportunities lined up. Now those opportunities haven't materialized, and she can't get the old job back. They already replaced her. That's unfortunate. What's really unfortunate is her dating life. Brittany says she's been on like 15 first dates in 2 months. All guys with money. None of them called back. Maybe they sensed the gold digger energy. Or maybe they Googled her and found out she dumped her successful boyfriend right before he hit it big. That story's all over the marketing community. You're kind of a legend now. The guy whose ex left right before the partnership? I hadn't realized the story had spread, but apparently in small industry circles, gossip travels fast. People knew, and they were drawing their own conclusions about Vanessa's timing and judgment. The final collapse came 6 weeks after our breakup. I was having lunch at a restaurant near the office when I saw her. Vanessa sitting alone at the bar, staring at her phone. She looked different, tired. Her usual put-together appearance had faded into something more desperate. Jeans and a t-shirt instead of her normal polished outfits. Hair in a messy bun. No makeup. She saw me at the same time I saw her. Our eyes met. I nodded politely and turned back to my meal. I heard her chair scrape. Footsteps approaching. She appeared at my table. Hi. Hi. Can I sit for a minute? I'd rather you didn't. She sat anyway. I just want to say something. Then I'll leave, I promise. I set down my fork. Fine. 1 minute. I was wrong. About everything. I see that now. I was scared and selfish, and I made the worst decision of my life. Leaving you was the biggest mistake I've ever made. I don't expect you to take me back, but I need you to know that I see it now. I see what I threw away. Okay. That's it? Okay. What do you want me to say? That I forgive you? That we can try again? That's not happening. Why not? People make mistakes. People get second chances. Not for this. You didn't make a mistake. You revealed who you are. When things got uncertain, you calculated your best exit. You didn't see a partner worth supporting. You saw a sinking ship worth abandoning. That's not a mistake. That's character. I've changed. No, you haven't. You've just realized you miscalculated. If my business had actually failed, we wouldn't be having this conversation. You'd be off with whatever rich guy would have you. The only reason you're sitting here is because you found out I succeeded without you. That's not change, that's regret about betting wrong. Tears started falling. Real ones this time, not the calculated kind she used to deploy during arguments. I loved you. Maybe, but you loved security more. And that's okay. Some people need that. But I need someone who can handle uncertainty with me. Someone who believes in me when the metrics aren't perfect. You're not that person. I could be now. But you weren't then. And then is when it mattered. She wiped her face with a napkin. I heard you're seeing someone new. I was. A woman named Elena who ran her own consulting firm. We'd met at a networking event Marcus had dragged me to. She made more money than me, paid for our first 3 dates, and when I told her the Vanessa story, she laughed and said, "Her loss, my gain. I am. Is she at your level?" The question came out bitter. She's at her own level, which is exactly what I need. Vanessa stood up, lingered for a second like she wanted to say something else, then just walked away. I watched her leave the restaurant, shoulders hunched, defeated. I felt nothing. Not anger, not satisfaction, not sympathy. Just nothing. Final closure. 6 months after the partnership announcement, Marcus and I celebrated our first full quarter of operations. Revenue was up 40%. We'd landed 3 major clients. Team integration had exceeded expectations. The business was thriving. Elena and I celebrated with a weekend in Napa, staying at the same resort I'd taken Vanessa to 2 years prior. Different experience entirely. Elena insisted on splitting the cost despite my protests. Partners split things, she said. That's how it works. We were at dinner when my phone buzzed. A LinkedIn message from Susan, Vanessa's mom. I wanted to reach out and apologize for how my daughter handled things with you. We've learned a lot about her behavior over these past months. She's been struggling, as I'm sure you know. I hope you can find peace and happiness. You deserve it. I showed the message to Elena. She read it and handed my phone back. You going to respond? Probably not. Good call. She raised her wine glass. To moving forward. To moving forward. The thing about Vanessa's departure was this. She thought she was escaping struggle. Instead, she created it. She traded a temporary business fluctuation for permanent regret. She walked away from someone building something real in favor of chasing someone already built. And me, I learned that the right partner doesn't run when things get hard. They lean in. They trust the process. They believe in you when the numbers temporarily dip because they understand that success isn't linear. Elena got that. Vanessa never did. 3 weeks ago, I ran into Brittany at a coffee shop. We did the awkward small talk dance. She updated me on mutual friends. Then carefully, Vanessa moved back in with her parents. She's been applying for sales jobs but having trouble. The gap in her resume is hard to explain. And well, word got around about what happened between you two. That's unfortunate. She asks about you sometimes. How you're doing. If you're happy. Tell her I am. Tell her the business is thriving. Tell her I found someone at my level, just like she suggested. Someone who never questions my worth based on quarterly fluctuations. Brittany smiled sadly. She knows. That's what kills her. Last week, Elena and I toured a house together. Not to buy, just to see what's out there. We're not quite ready for that step, but we're heading there. Building towards something permanent with someone who understands that building takes time, takes faith, takes partnership. Sometimes I think about Vanessa's text. I miss us. The thing she never understood was there was no us. There was her enjoying the benefits of my success. That's not a relationship. That's a transaction. And transactions end when the terms become unfavorable, which is exactly what happened. She thought the terms were changing in a direction she didn't like, so she terminated the contract. Clean break, no looking back. What she didn't know was the terms were actually improving dramatically. She just didn't have the patience to find out. That's on her, not on me. I'm good, better than good. The business is exceeding projections. The partnership with Marcus is everything we hoped. Elena and I are building something real, something based on mutual respect, not financial calculation. And Vanessa? She's exactly where she chose to be, alone, unemployed, regretting the decision to trade partnership for transaction. Some people learn too late that success isn't about finding someone who's already made it. It's about finding someone worth making it with. She learned that lesson 6 weeks too late, right around the time she saw my new office and realized what she'd walked away from. The text she sent that day, I miss us. The response I sent back, A screenshot of the date she left me, March 15th. Right next to a screenshot of my partnership letter of intent, dated March 16th. No other words needed. The timeline said everything. She never responded. Sometimes the truth is answer enough.